We don't call them volunteers, we call them our community. The community is everything to Roots. We've been amazed by how it's taken on a life of its own through the dedication and the effort and the enthusiasm of everybody who's come along, whether they've come for one session, whether they come for every session. So yeah, it's one and the same. You don't have Roots without the community. I'm Cathy Cross. I'm a co-founder and co-director of Roots West Sussex. We are a woodland management community based here in West Sussex. We operate a model known as social forestry, which means that we harness the community to manage woodlands in West Sussex for the benefit of biodiversity. So essentially we enable people to come into privately owned woodlands to contribute to their management, to learn skills, traditional skills of coppicing, to have some food and drink, meet a like-minded community, and also it's obviously very good for your mental health and well-being because no one ever really had a bad day in the woods.
Hi, I'm Stephen. I'm a co-director of Roots and husband of Cathy's. Hazel's amazing. It's got a natural ability to re-sprout from the ground upwards, and that's because it evolved alongside megafauna that would crash and munch and crunch and smash it to the ground.
So we would have had straight-tusked elephants, we would have had all sorts of things like big aurochs, the big sort of wild oxen, we would have had big deer here as well as the red deer that we have here now, and loads of other big animals going around browsing, grazing, pushing small trees over, that kind of thing, creating that disturbance that's really important in the landscape. So we don't have a lot of those large animals here anymore, so we have to act like those large animals and do the job that they used to do. What we're doing is we're cutting down the coppice stalls. We're using hand saws, loppers, secateurs, that kind of thing to cut back the growth. And then in a year or two's time, we're going to see lots of lovely new growth coming up from those little coppice stalls. So we've got, loads of nectar sources. We've got nesting opportunities for birds. We've got insects coming back into the woods, so it's good for the birds to feed their young, but also bats feeding here as well. So it has this amazing knock-on effect. Just one small act of coppicing has this amazing knock-on effect of getting wildlife back into a wood again.
Part of what we're doing with Roots is to manage woodland for biodiversity, and as a result we end up with loads of this timber, and what we're trying to look at is trying to make a circular economy, to try and find products to educate the public on local sustainable timber products as opposed to the plastic. So we're doing a win for the biodiversity, we're doing a win for the woodland, we're doing a win for people.
Enjoying yourself today?
Oh, loving it. Yeah, it's great fun. Yeah.
I think it's just the best thing, one of the best things you can do, definitely, to be out away from a screen in fresh air, just with the noise of the woodland and the animals and the trees crashing down. It's very it's very good for the soul.
It's been great fun. It's been lovely weather and I've been out in the outdoors, which is what I love.
It makes me feel good, especially doing something that we both care about, both helping the local ecosystem as well. It makes you feel good, really, at the end of the day.
So what are we doing today?
So today we're here on the Wiston Estate. We are coppicing this piece of woodland. It's ancient woodland. The Wiston Estate are very keen for us to clear the whole thing for the benefit of biodiversity. So we've got Wiston ecologist Penny here, kind of monitoring the impact. You hear a buzzard up there, which is benefiting from the clearings we've created. We're also joined by Making It Out, who are a local community of artists and makers, and they are researching uses for the product so that we can actually create something of value. There's no economic value in overstood hazel for timber. So we need to find other ways to make it sustainable so that landowners will be encouraged to manage their woodlands. So we're very kindly funded by the National Lottery Community Fund and supported by the Wiston Estate for this project. And at the end of the season, this wood will be clear of hazel, which will all regenerate and grow back up. It's also going to be underplanted with oak, and the hazel will form like a really good nursery for the oak. So because it will grow as the oak grows, it will keep the oak really tall and straight. So the Wiston Estate benefit too, because they're going to get some really good sustainable timber for their future forestry operations.
Cool. Yeah, we're doing a great job.
We are doing a great job. Everyone's killing it. Yeah, fantastic. A bunch of saber-toothed elephants in the woods.
My name's Penny Green. I'm very lucky to be the estate ecologist here at Wiston. This is my first year here and it's a new role, so the exciting thing is I'm looking for opportunities for more nature recovery on the estate, which is super exciting. We've been doing this for a few weeks now. We've got it over the autumn and winter, and it's just seeing people at their absolute happiest, cutting away, chatting around the fire, having a cup of tea, just absolutely loving it and enjoying themselves. But at the same time, they're doing the most important thing for wildlife, creating this amazing coppice habitat as well. And so I'm thinking it's really good for wildlife, but it's really good for our mental health as well. And for me, that ticks all my boxes.
My name is Evan and I work for Making It Out, and we're a charity who work with people moving on from prison and homelessness and addiction, and we make stuff. So it's great to be out here where a lot of the stuff we make stuff out of comes from.
By working outdoors and being outdoors, you're actually you can switch off from other things that may or may not be going on in your life, but also it's the fresh air. It makes you feel better. You know, exercise gives you great endorphins. You feel like you've achieved something as well. So I can't see how it couldn't be beneficial for anybody.
Yeah, no, I love the woodlands.
And what inspired you to come here today? And
It's so satisfying to give a little bit back to nature and to nurture and increase the biodiversity and just do my little bit to help save the planet.
And just last one. So if somebody watching this is nervous or unsure about coming to a volunteering session, like what would you say to them, or what encouragement would you give?
But to be honest, I was a little bit nervous, but I got here and there's all ages. Anyone fits in.
Yeah. And everyone's been welcoming and...
Extremely.
Yeah.
Extremely welcoming, yeah.
I would say it can be a bit nerve-wracking coming into, you know, there's going to be people you don't know, a place you don't know, but definitely do it because there's been so many lovely people here, and the sense of community has been fantastic, and just a really lovely way to spend a Wednesday.
Better than the office?
100%.
A philosophical quote that I'm going to share, which is that we suffer more in our imagination than we do in reality, which basically means that you might worry or think that you're not going to enjoy coming out or being out in this environment, but actually once you get here you realise it's kind of amazing, and there's not any danger or jeopardy in coming here, and there's wonderful people, loads of food, tons of food, which is fantastic. So I just think, like, you know, if you don't like it, it's just one day of your life gone, and you probably will enjoy it. So I'd definitely say come.
So how important are your volunteers to you?
We don't call them volunteers, we call them our community, and ultimately Roots is the community. So without the community, we have no Roots. We just have myself and Stephen sitting in the woods. The community is everything to Roots. We've been amazed by how it's taken on a life of its own through the dedication and the effort and the enthusiasm of everybody who's come along, whether they've come for one session, whether they come for every session. So yeah, it's one and the same. You don't have Roots without the community.
Just some final thoughts from myself. I really want to say a massive thank you if you've come this far in the video, and I really hope you actually are feeling inspired to come out into your wild spaces that you've got near you and find a way to contribute and help locally, because it will pay back its dividends for yourself, and just getting out and doing some exercise, your mental health as well, and being around in nature. It does help you slow down life a little bit, and that has amazing knock-on effects and consequences. If you don't know where your opportunities are, all you need to do is reach out. I promise you, if you put it on Facebook, if you ask your local council, they all come flooding back to you. But if you want to see me bring you more groups working in different environments, different wildlife, different elements of conservation, please do like, comment and subscribe, and you do everything you can with the channel. Equally, if you're part of a volunteering group and you would like for me to come and tell your story, do let me know in the comments as well, because I'd love for that to be able to happen too. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you feel inspired, and catch you for the next one.